Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Max and this is my 2-bit 2 cents, and today we're going to be talking about Fallout 5 and 5 new gameplay features that would be awesome to have in the next game. Before we get all the way into it, I just want to say thank you to everybody who subscribed off of my first Fallout video that I released 9 months ago. It blew up in the last couple of weeks, and as a result, I've put all my other projects on hold so that I can come and start working on Fallout 5 content for all of you, since that's what you guys showed that you like. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed. 140 subscribers on the channel since I last checked as of recording this video, and I just want to say thank you to everybody. I hope you enjoy this new video. I'm so glad you enjoyed the old video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and join the community. I love all the comments. I try to read as many as I can. I'm hopeful that I can get back and check out the rest of those now that I've finished this video, and we have some more videos that are going to be coming. I'm very excited for where we're going with the channel. Thank you for watching, and without further ado, 5 new gameplay features that would be awesome in Fallout 5. Number 5. Settlers build settlements. So have you ever been building a settlement and thought, boy oh boy, am I so fucking good at this, and it's so easy to use? Me either. Unfortunately, the settlement system could have been better. And if you're anything like me, and I know I am, you probably went out and looked for a solution to that problem. And for me, I came across Sim Settlements. I think probably many of you out there found Sim Settlements. Sim Settlements is a mod created by King Gath that allows you to put down special plots and assign people to them, and those people at the settlements will actually build them and live in them or work at them or grow food at them, and they look great. And there's a bunch of different kinds, and they build up a whole unique, amazing looking settlement without you actually having to do a lot of work, which is what some people really need or want. Maybe they don't have time to invest in getting into all that detail. Maybe they're not very good at it. Maybe for whatever reason they just don't like the settlement system, for whatever reason. Maybe they just want to use that. It's a great thing to have, and it's something I would love to see in Fallout 5. I would also like it to, have a system in it that would maybe allow us to build bigger, like maybe as big as a whole city, like something as big as maybe like Megaton or Diamond City, I think would be really cool. So Sim Settlements that actually builds whole cities is the core of the suggestion, basically.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Number 4, a dynamic season cycle. Sometimes when I'm playing Fallout, I'll be walking along and I'll take a small break to look up at the sky and look at the clouds. Look, that one looks like a little bunny rabbit. That one looks like a little girl playing ball. And look, that one looks like a mushroom. Shit. But when I do this, I find myself wanting something a little more dynamic from the weather systems and from the environment. I want something that changes, something that has a lot of variety, because as we know, variety is the spice of life. That's why I buy 25 different boxes of cereal every time I go to the grocery store. I don't think there has ever been an open world game that has had a year-round season cycle, where you have a distinct fall and winter and spring and summer cycle that it moves through, that it changes the environment, that affects the player, that affects the weather, that affects the environment, that affects how you play the game. Something that's big, something that's not just an aesthetic, but something that's really interesting, that's a part of the game, that's a part of how you play, that changes what you're doing over time and depending on what's going on around you. If it's winter and it's snowing, you should have to bundle up so you don't get so cold. If it's summertime, then you should have to dress down when it's really hot so you don't overheat. And now you'll have a way to justify that slutty armor that you have for your character. No, I don't like that armor. No, it's just because it's so hot out, And if Bethesda really wanted to step it up a notch, they could have full-blown, radiation tornadoes hit the ground. Maybe they just pop out of nowhere or something. I don't know. I think it would be really cool. I did talk about this some in my last video about Fallout 5, where I talked about 5 cities that would be great wastelands for the next game. If you want to check that video out, there'll be a link at the end of this video. Moving on. Number 3. Dual-wielding weapons. Have you ever said to yourself, sure, I'd like to kill more people, but I can't use both hands at the same time? Well, in Fallout 5, that should be different. I remember back when Skyrim came out, I was pretty certain that Bethesda was going to put dual-wielding pistols in Fallout 4. Unfortunately, they either tried and failed or didn't try at all, but Fallout 5 will be their chance to flip the script and introduce some real dual-wielding action to players. And it doesn't just have to be 2 guns. You could also have a knife and a pistol, and then you could shoot people from far away, and then, oh, Jesus Christ. Do that to them, I guess. One thing's for sure, with dual wielding, we'd be beating off enemies with both hands.
Crazy.
Number 2, gambling. Gambling is a gameplay element that has been long overdue in the Fallout franchise. We've been waiting for gambling almost as long as we've been waiting for Bethesda to get a new game engine. It doesn't have to be exactly like modern poker. It should definitely have that Fallout flavor, it should have that Fallout taste. You should be able to taste the iguana bits. I want there to be a little metallic taste in my mouth from the radiation. That might be going too far in this case. Like maybe a Caravan Hold'em take on Texas Hold'em maybe? Or maybe people don't ever want to see Caravan ever again. I really don't know how people felt about Caravan. I don't know how we got through Fallout New Vegas and we didn't have a gambling system when we got to the end of it, like just as part of the series after that. How did we not end up with a poker system? It just seems like a sort of glaring omission, especially when they seem to go out of their way to harken into this sort of Wild West vibe. But I digress. But it's not just a fun side activity to do to earn some caps and blow some time off in between doing the real fun things like quests.
Another settlement has sent word that they need our help. I'll mark it on your map.
Gambling adds a lot of atmosphere to a gaming world. It creates new story opportunities and unique interactions with NPCs. Imagine a quest where you have to bet a person. Imagine having to play a game of cards for somebody's life. Perhaps you save this person's life from a terrible slaver who's bet them in a card game, and maybe you get to win them and they become a close companion and carrier of your burdens. Or maybe you're forced to bet one of your own companions. Perhaps if you lose, they get sold into slavery, and you can either embark on a mission to save them or let them go because maybe the mission is too hard. Or maybe if you do it wrong, maybe you can't get that person back or they're killed. There's a lot of possibilities that come up just by adding this mechanic into the game, and it would really add a lot to the whole vibe of the universe of Fallout. Number 1, drivable vehicles. We've all walked the roads of the wastelands and seen the hollowed out husks of cars, rusty and forgotten on the side of the road, and thought, I can't kill anybody with this. If only I could fix it up and make it like new again. I could kill lots of people with this. Vehicles. Drivable, repairable, upgradable vehicles. A thing that I think people have been wondering why it's not in Fallout since Fallout 3. The robots were great in Fallout 4. I mean, if you liked the robots, I guess, that was fine. It was totally good, but I think people would trade in building robots for building vehicles or repairing cars in a heartbeat. Now, there is a precedence for driving and repairing vehicles in the Fallout universe. In Fallout 2, the Chosen One can drive and repair the Highwayman, an old pre-war car found at Smitty's junkyard. And in Fallout Tactics, the Brotherhood of Steel have mini vehicles. But in Fallout 3 and 4, vehicles were nowhere to be seen except for rusted out cars and the occasional vertibird crashing into something. I suspect this was a technological limitation as opposed to a direct choice by Bethesda. I always thought that the Atomic Cat's garage and all the Red Rocket gas stations around were a sign that Bethesda wanted to have something like vehicles or cars in Fallout 4, but they just couldn't make it work, probably because of that buggy engine of theirs. Because of this will probably never come to fruition, but if it did, I would love to see something in the vein of the Mad Max video game, with lots of customizable options, but with the same Fallout art style we've all come to know and love over time. But we've heard a lot from me and about what I think should be in the next Fallout game, but now it's time to hear from you and hear about what you think. So hit me up in the comments about what you think about vehicles, about a dynamic weather system, about dual wielding, or anything else you think should be in Fallout 5. If you made it this far, I want you to go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe so you can always know when you can get my 2-bit 2 cents, and ring the bell so you can always get notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Peace.